Hello. I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about, just the journey of it all. I'm sure that if you're watching this, you've already watched the 2 interviews that we put out this week. That is with Mamadou Diallo and Promise, aka Ilary. I wanted to just come on here and just start talking to you guys every week that I release episodes and kind of just giving you like the background on how all of this happened, what the process was like, because I want you guys to know about everything that has to do with Choisi. Like, I want you to know everything that I go through, the best parts, the not so easy parts. Like, I feel like showing you just the finished product isn't always showing you guys the journey, because even though I'm talking about chosen people, I'm chosen to show you guys that. So I got to show you guys the highs and lows of it all. Let me define Le Choisi to you guys. Le Choisi means the chosen in French. And there's so many ways to say it. Some people say Le Choisi. Some people say Le Choisi. No. Le Choisi. Being chosen doesn't necessarily mean being famous or being known. It means stepping into your purpose, being who you're designed to be, and living that every day. It's not just a thing of like calling yourself something, but really living it and putting your all into it and doing everything to discover what that means to you and how you can contribute that to the world. That's this channel. This is where you are. This is the guidebook to how to live your purpose out. This is the guidebook to how to be who you're meant to be, because I guarantee you that you will see a part of yourself in each of the people that we interview here, and there will be certain people that you will resonate with a lot. And I choose these people very specifically. It's not just anyone. It's people that I genuinely feel like is called to a vocation and is dedicating themselves to that vocation. I met Mamadou when I went to Guinea, and I met him across the street from my grandma's house because I told my grandma that I wanted to get a henna done, and she sent me out there with somebody. I got a henna. It was absolutely gorgeous. I'm a person that like really listens, and I pay attention to who's around me. And when he was doing it, I could feel his energy, and then I was kind of just reading into his body language, and something told me to just ask him about, like, I was like, how did you get into this? Because this was my second time getting a henna done, but it was a little interesting seeing a man do it. He told me how he's an artist just in general, and this is something that he does. It's like part of his hustle. I was like, cool. And then he was like, well, what do you do? And I told him I'm a journalist. And then I was like to him, would you like to do an interview with me? And he was like, yeah. So that was really cool. Like, I really loved meeting him, and then we just communicated. He was super nice to me. Maybe a couple days later, because I was in Guinea for about 2 weeks, it was literally like the day before I was leaving Guinea, I was able to fit him into the schedule, and then I took the motorcycle. I went in the back of the motorcycle. Shout out to Abram for taking me around. We're only able to make it at nighttime, but if you go back and watch the video, I'm so glad we were there at nighttime. The visual of it all was absolutely stunning. I love so much that you can see how small the studio is, and you can see where people start. That's the beauty of it all, is like you can see where people are starting and how they're investing in themselves little by little and becoming, we don't know what he's going to become one day, but we're all praying, of course, that he becomes a renowned artist. It's so cool to see. It genuinely is. I was absolutely just like obsessed with his studio and him, and I love that interview, and you guys need to go and watch it. The next interview is with Promise Ilary, and we met through a really great friend of mine. His name is Olupela, and he is from Nigeria. He's an incredible artist. I'm gonna put some songs that you guys should check out right here. Promise was creative directing for him in Nigeria. We met through just like, mutuals, and we would talk all the time because he has a a clothing brand, and we started to develop a friendship. I learned a lot about him and his drive and the meaning behind his clothing brand. When I was going to London, I was like, you know what, he needs to be part of this series of interviews in London, and I would talk about it all the time with him. It was my first time being able to meet him, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come out to Birmingham. Like, I am a person that when I say something, I like to stand on it. I took the train into Birmingham. It was such a nice train, and it was so interesting because the chairs were like Le Choisi green. Hello. I had to record it. Like, every time I see the color green, I always feel like I'm just like on the right path, and I'm closer and I'm closer and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, it's like reassuring. Yeah, we're on our way to Birmingham. This is our first time.
Not Alabama.
Not Alabama, Birmingham, the UK. Even though I was like starting off writing and writing for a lot of magazines, I always knew that I wanted to get into video. Choisi is kind of like a musing of how I interpret life through my own experiences, because I feel like I've grown so much as a storyteller. And like, I'm not as afraid of the camera and like making mistakes as I was before. But it was nice talking to you guys. We should do this more often. Birmingham is so calm. I wish I was there longer so I could like understand what that atmosphere is like. Maybe it was just the day that I was there too. I think I went on like a Monday. It was so cool to meet him. He was exactly how I imagined, funny, very smart. I loved the interview part of it all because I got to learn more about him than I already knew. And that's the beauty of doing interviews and doing it your own way, because you get to uncover things about people that you didn't think to even, you know, ask about in regular conversation, because he and I speak like pretty often. You guys need to go and watch that interview because it's so beautiful. His garments are incredible. His whole mind behind creating Sylph and bringing it all together is incredible. This is really a new era for Le Choisi because I always kept myself kind of behind the camera, and I prefer it that way when I'm going to interview people. However, I still want to let you guys in to who I am and what I do and my heart behind this, all of this, because this has been my life's work for 5 years now. But I also feel like the culmination of my whole life has brought me to this exact point. I'm really passionate about just telling people's stories and inspiring you guys, because I want to see, literally, genuinely, I want to see everybody become who they're meant to be. In this new era, I want to talk more. I want to bring more. I went to my country for the very first time. I'm from Guinea, and I didn't think I was going to interview anyone, and I left with like 4 or 5 videos. I just want to connect with you guys more. I want you guys to talk to me. I want you guys to tell me what you want to see. This is your channel just as much as it is mine. We're all Le Choisi. I'm chosen, you're chosen. We make the choices here. I just realized I did not introduce myself. My name is Suzanne Barry. I am the creator, founder, director, and videographer and editor, and yeah, for Le Choisi, I literally do it all. I'm from Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire. I was born and raised in New York, and I now live in Houston, Texas. Follow Le Choisi on Instagram. Love you guys so much. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Till next week. Check us out. Look out for us.